Hello and welcome back to an angry reaction video. Gonna react to someone new today. Let's get this down. Politics. I kinda would like to stay away from politics, but I like this. MAGA didn't realize they need Canada until the boycott hit hard. This is 3 weeks old. I'm just curious. And that's not true, that statement. But I digress.
Their cars, we don't need their energy, we don't need their lumber, we don't need anything that they give. We do it because we want to be helpful, but it comes a point when you just can't do that. You have to run your own country. And to be honest with you, Canada only works as a state. It doesn't. We don't need anything they have.
It is insane. This is what happens when someone makes a friendly neighbor for a weak one, when someone mistakes that. I mean, he's about to learn, if he hasn't already, the difference between cooperation and necessity. There's a very big difference, guys. If you haven't already, leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, notifications. Again, bear with me a little bit longer, still sick. Get in through it though.
Our softwood is a national security risk to the United States, while Russian softwood is taking its place in the United States. I've heard about the proposed new tariffs from the United States. Obviously very disappointing, and it's going to have implications for Canadians, but I mean, mostly it's going to increase costs for Americans when they can least afford it. At this point, I just feel sorry for Americans. You know, if you're picking fights with Canadians, then you don't have a friend in the world. I've asked my staff to contact the ambassador to have our government statement in support of the historic friendship between Canada and the United States. It's on the 250th birthday website of the United States and other materials to be removed. You know, we're still friends with Americans, but right now it's just hard to feel anything but sorry for the United States and to hope that they turn a corner.
Will you put American booze back on the shelf?
Absolutely not.
Why not?
You know, I have to talk to forestry families that face a tariff of above 50% because our softwood is a national security risk to the United States, while Russian softwood is taking its place in the United States. I can't make sense of what the president is doing. Nobody can. If you're attacking Canadians, then really, I mean, ultimately, who is your friend in the world?
I mean, when you've managed to turn one of the most diplomatically patient countries on the planet into an adversary, maybe the problem isn't them. We already knew that, though.
That any of this came from Canada.
Yeah, now, yeah, it's weird. Putting taxes or tariffs on our lumber, softwood, but not Russian? Putin? Come on.
Is absurd. Of course we have to take action to respond when you're being bullied, and I'm proud of the actions Premier Eby has taken. I'm proud of the actions Prime Minister Carney has taken in response to that. We got to continue to take such actions, but to suggest, when people in the United States are suggesting that somehow Canada started this, you'd have to have been in some sort of blackout for the last 2 years to believe that.
They start a trade war, watch it backfire, then blame the country. I mean, that's getting punched. Classic bully logic, right? When the victim finally hits back.
There is not a chance in hell that U.S. alcohol is going back on the shelf.
If he continues to constantly bully us, we can't keep rolling over. We can't keep backing down.
New tariffs or not, provincial premiers are not backing down.
But with the U.S. booze ban cited as a major irritant in trade talks, how much has it hurt U.S. businesses?
The ban started last February when 8 provinces began clearing shelves and restricting the import of U.S. alcohol. According to the U.S. Census Bureau, between 2024 and 2025, wine exports from the U.S. to Canada fell by $343 million. That's a 77% drop. And a recent study found U.S. exports for wine, distilled spirits, and beer plummeted from $744 million to $208 million, a 72% decrease, or a $536 million loss. A big hit for states depending on Canadian customers.
It's hurting us, and it's hurting.
Yeah. I mean, I drink mostly Canadian, which is a Canadian beer. None of this affects me. But I'm sad not to see some Jack Daniels on the shelf. I do like me some Jack.
I have the Finger Lakes wineries in my region. I have a lot of great spirits manufacturers.
So, was it worth it?
I'm not sure the ban was that effective.
David Soberman is a marketing professor.
I don't think it really convinced the Americans or the current American administration to change anything.
He's skeptical about the effectiveness of the ban and says some Canadians are still getting around it.
I think that for the most part, people have continued to buy the products that they want, and many of us, certainly people who are very committed to, for example, drinking bourbon, might have actually just driven across the border and purchased it and then come back.
Soberman thinks if the ban was dropped, Canadians would go from elbows to bottoms up.
The thing that makes the liquor market so interesting is there's so many different kinds. I think you will see the American products will pick up their sales to where they were before.
On the streets of Toronto, some are certainly ready for the ban to be over.
I'm not so sure. And here's why. There's a lot of distilleries in Canada. Yes, certain things like bourbon, Jack, it's a specifically American thing. But there is a version of it being made here in Canada. So, you know.
Because I like bourbon. And that's it. Well, actually, I try to listen to a lot. So bring it back.
Why does it do that? Someone tell me why it does that. I hit it, click on it once and it double plays.
So I have been hoarding my own stash.
There are certain brands that I like. The taste is very particular.
While others are holding firm.
I think we have a lot of good Canadian options. I would stick up for Canada and not buy it.
I've boycotted kind of like the Trump administration.
But public policy professor Drew Fagan says President Trump didn't give Canada much of a choice.
You know, the question is, has it done more harm than good?
Donald Trump is at this stage going to take offense at anything.
So you're saying if it wasn't a ban on booze, it would be some other way of pushing back that would just upset Washington?
Look, I don't think governments in Canada could withstand political pressure to not do anything. On the one hand, you don't want to bait the bear. On the other hand, sometimes a bully needs to be, you know, sort of hit in the nose a little bit.
He says, well, the new tariffs haven't come into effect. Pay attention to what Trump is targeting.
He imposed tariffs on hockey sticks. How big is the market for hockey sticks in the United States? It's symbolic.
While leaving alone critical minerals and energy, where he still needs Canadian cooperation.
Damn. I mean, there's something clarifying about watching a whole country collectively decide they're done being treated like a doormat by someone who needs them more than they'll admit.
Hi, friends. So the orange clown is at it again. He doesn't like the smoke from the wildfires. Oh yeah, we intentionally lit them just so he could get some smoke. He's gonna give us some 50% tariffs in a few things, dairy, lumber, shit like that. Yeah, you know what it is? Our boycotts are working. I've been watching the reports. Their sales on things are going down because Canada is their biggest buyer. And when we stop buying, we hurt them. When we stop traveling to the United States, it hurts them. Disneyland, unfortunately, because Disneyland is against Trump too, that's fortunate they get hurt. But Vegas, those places, everything's down because Canadians aren't going. So keep it up. Keep up the good work. I've heard some people go, we got to stop fighting, and the premiers are getting together now, and we got to stop fighting the United States and just make a deal with them. You know what I say? Fuck them. No. Fuck them. Screw that fat orange blob and screw them. We don't need them. We're diversifying. We're making deals all over Europe, Norway, Germany, China. Let's start doing that. Screw the United States. The United States is never going to come out of this. They've killed themselves. They're done. Let's just keep moving forward and do what we do best.
This is a sentiment that a lot of Canadians feel. Donald Trump has just pushed us to this point. It's sad.
I can follow, folks. Thank you.
The confidence comes from knowing your leverage, right? When you're sitting on resources they actually need, boycotts aren't just symbolic, they're strategic.
Canada not wanting to do business with the United States has ramifications that a lot of Americans just don't get. First off, the fact that one of our closest allies doesn't want to do business with us anymore signifies to the rest of the world that our credibility is low. We have alienated one of our closest allies, somebody who has fought for us, defended us, and has stepped into major conflicts to support us. That's number one. So that's an issue. The other large issue is the fact that Canada has been importing our products for decades. And in 2023, They took over $277 billion worth of our products and imported it into their country. 2024 is looking like it's going to be about $322 billion, but those numbers haven't been finalized yet. However, the main point is this. Who's going to buy all of that product that now Canada wants to boycott? Because as we've already seen, they're taking our stuff off the wants to boycott, because as we've already seen, they're taking our stuff off the shelves, and a lot of people that have commented on my post have actually said, I look for stuff that says made in the US and I put it back on the shelf. Does anybody else see this problem? Leave a comment, repost this so more people can see. I want to hear what you guys think.
I mean, he is right. Credibility is built on keeping your word and honoring partnerships, and they're watching us torch both in real time over ego and ignorance.
JD Vance was televised about 7 hours ago saying that Canada cannot win a trade war with the United States. He said that it was completely unfair for Canada to retaliate with retaliatory tariffs of their own when Donald Trump imposed a 25% tariff on Canada. Hey JD, hey Donald Trump, you stupid ass motherfuckers. That's how trade wars work. If you impose a tariff on them, they are going to impose a tariff on you. This is not some schoolyard bully shit. This is real life. And this is why our stock market today tanked another 800 points. He is crippling our economy. He is destroying us within. He's destroying our trade partners. And as I said in my video, I don't know if it was yesterday or the day before, Canada does not need the United States. Mexico does not need the United States. They can trade with China, Australia. They can trade with Europe. They don't need us. And so now what you're seeing is Canadians not coming to the United States. They are completely boycotting tourism in the United States. Many of them have homes in Florida, in different parts of the United States, which they're now selling. They're not coming here to visit family, friends, because why would they want to contribute their dollars to this pathetic ass country that's treating them like shit? Doesn't make a lot of sense now, does it? And if this trade war escalates into an actual war, I know you got guys like JD Vance and Donald Trump thinking, we got the biggest military, we'll annihilate. No, you won't. No, you won't. Because you have 70% of the American people that would join forces with Canada to defeat you.
Very true.
We are not on your side by any means, Donald Trump and JD Vance. MAGA makes up about, well, now probably about 20% of the United States. The rest of the 70% of us would join forces with them to take you down from within. Don't you forget that, you stupid fucks.
And from the bottom of our hearts here in Canada, we appreciate the 70%. More than you know.
They picked a fight assuming Canada would just absorb it quietly, and now they're discovering that retaliation from a trading partner this large isn't theoretical. It's economically absolutely devastating. Guys, if you haven't already, leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel with notifications on, comment down below what you think. Again, I've asked it before, I'll ask it again just in case maybe someone missed it. Maybe you're ready now, but comment down below. Are you Canadian? Have you boycotted to a degree? Have you stopped purchasing certain American goods? If so, what? Let me know. And also, thank you so much for bearing with me as I have.
He has a cold, apparently. So yeah, if you wanted to hop in here, MAGA doesn't realize they need Canada until the boycott hit hard. That's Paul's Politics. It's only 3 weeks old. That'll be doing it for me today. We'll see you next week on the next reaction, as soon as I figure out which ones I'm reacting to. See ya.